When you're out riding your ATV, exploring a nearby waterfall, or launching your boat on a lake or river, do you ever think to yourself, how is this all possible?
We'll learn why Wisconsin's county forests are a recreational gem and an economic powerhouse today on Discover Wisconsin.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
Beauty awaits around each bend. The enchantment never ends. For every season there's another reason for you to come discover Wisconsin.
Where can you find nearly 2.5 million acres of public land? Would you be surprised if I told you it was Wisconsin's county forest? Covering 29 counties across the state, a lot goes into making access to these county forests possible for you.
The rolling hills, the beautiful fall colors, ATV and snowmobile trails, bird watching, waterfall tours, and a huge economic boost to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's county forests offer so much. All right, so county forests. What exactly are we talking about here? Let's take a look at a map of Wisconsin. Of our 72 counties, 29 of them have county forests under Wisconsin's county forest law. To fully understand our county forest system, we first need to know how it came to be.
The origins of the county forest program go back to about 1927. The state legislature, in their foresight, developed the forest crop law program in Wisconsin in 1927. And out of that evolved the county forest program. And this was an alliance between the county and the state to form a program where tax delinquent lands could now be enrolled in the county forest program, be managed for the long term for forest purposes, and to provide recreation and a lot of other benefits. The biggest public landowner in the state of Wisconsin is the county forest program. Those 29 county forests own 2.4 million acres, which is the largest public forest base in Wisconsin.
Whoa, so that's a lot of land to cover. And if you think these forests are managed from afar, you might want to listen to this next part.
The difference between the county forest and the national forest and the state forest is that the county forest program is managed by a local forestry committee set up by the county board. The strength of the county forest program is its local management. It's managed to provide long-term forest resources. It's managed to provide recreational resources, and it's also managed to provide ecological benefits to all the citizens of the state of Wisconsin.
It used to be just every county forest was on its own, and in 1968 they decided they wanted to band together and have one voice. So the County Forest Association evolved from that. We've had an executive director that keeps the ball rolling for the county forest.
Today, the primary purpose of the Wisconsin County Forest Association is to provide a forum for direction and leadership to the 29 county forest members. The primary focus is to collaborate with user groups and other partners to ensure the long-term health and sustainability of our forests. WCFA keeps members' counties informed and provides leadership on statewide forestry issues. It's really a great organization to be involved with.
They'll come up with ideas, they come up with training, they come up with different training exercises.
And so it's the right opportunity to say, look, if you want to keep them, if you want to have these oaks here, we have to make that happen. We can't do nothing and think that it's going to be that way in 150, 200 years.
County forests offer so much public land for recreational use. If you've ever gone snowmobiling or ATVing in the northern half of our state, chances are you were riding on county forest land.
All the acreage we have is all open to the public for hunting, fishing, and recreational activities. Over several thousand miles of snowmobile and ATV trails throughout the 29 counties.
I can't wait to get out and explore these trails. Now, if you want to learn more about the history of the Wisconsin County Forest Association, start your adventure at discoverwisconsin.com.
Wisconsin county forests are a four-season recreation destination. Learn what activities are available in winter and spring next.
We're gearing up for winter recreation in our county forest on Discover Wisconsin. So how do you feel about winter? Be honest, I learned long ago that the best way to endure winter is to embrace it. It's not the time to be sheltered away indoors. Get outside and take advantage of all the winter activities that county forests provide. There are literally hundreds of miles of cross-country ski trails throughout the county forests. Locations like 9 Mile and Wausau have unique and diverse trails that range from easy to challenging. And for those of you brave enough for a much, much larger challenge, there's the American Birkebeiner cross-country ski race. Touted as the second largest ski race in North America, the American Birkebeiner is not for the faint of heart. It's a race over 30 miles in length, much of which is on the Sawyer and Bayfield County forests. Racers start in Cable and finish in downtown Hayward. You receive a Birkie medal upon finishing to go along with your frozen beard or eyelashes.
If you're looking for something the whole family can enjoy, Keyes Peak in Florence County is no stranger to skiers and has one of the fastest tubing hills in Wisconsin. Keyes Peak is the highest peak in Florence County, and from up top, it offers a spectacular view of the area. Now, if there's an unofficial winter pastime in northern Wisconsin, it would have to be snowmobiling, and it's easy to see why. Snowmobile clubs all over Wisconsin are maintaining the trails while keeping the riders safe. And the Blue Ox Trail Riders Club of Florence County is no exception.
Well, up here, the majority of our trails are county forest or state land. We have over 150 miles of snowmobile trail and probably a little over 60 miles of ATV trail. Now, some of those are joint trails that you can use either or, but we're maintaining over 200 miles of trail. I think that anyone that is thinking about snowmobiling or anything, contact the club, talk to them, and I'm sure they'd be glad to take you out for a ride and show you around and pique your interest in it. Get out and enjoy the weather, because we like the snow and we like all the seasons, and it's fun to get out there and enjoy it.
Now, when the snow begins to melt in April or May or June, it's a sign that spring is in the air. The trees are blossoming and the birds are singing. It's time to grab my binoculars. All right, for the birding enthusiast, what kind of bird species are out there here on the trail?
A pretty wide variety, but really mostly those that target the younger forest condition. Obviously, this is a ruffed grouse and woodcock area, and those two species provide some great viewing opportunities.
Heading out on the trail, it's easy to get caught up in all of the sights and sounds of Mother Nature.
Chestnut-sided warbler.
Yeah.
They're pretty common around here?
Very common, and basically because of the young forest habitat, they use the taller trees like this as singing trees, okay. But they'll spend most of their time down in the shrubbery and in the thick cover that's below it.
Okay. A bird that is trying to make a comeback with the help of the county forest is the Kirtland's warbler.
The Kirtland's warbler is a federal endangered species. A few years ago, there was less than 100 birds left in the world. And that population is expanded out of northern lower Michigan and is now expanded in Wisconsin because of the habitat that we're providing for these birds.
And Gary says that this is habitat created through strategic harvesting practices on the forests. In county forests, you can go from the sound of birds chirping 1 minute to the rush of waterfalls the next.
Marinette County Waterfalls Tour is unique to the entire state of Wisconsin, really, with the number of waterfalls that we have confined just within our county, makes it a really neat attraction for people to come and see. With all these located on county forest land, they're protected. We can't get anybody coming in here privately, buying them, subdividing along these stretches of not only the waterfalls, but the rivers as well.
Pete shared with me that these waterfall areas make for great trout fishing too. Need some more ideas of how to enjoy winter and spring activities? Just head to discoverwisconsin.com and choose Wisconsin County Forest as your destination. Up next, Eric is off to learn what it takes to manage all of the county forest land.
You won't want to miss this. Stay tuned. We're learning what an important role county forests play on Discover Wisconsin. So Max, a lot of people don't really understand how logging helps the economy both in Wisconsin and across the country.
Well, logging is the leading industry in the northern 28 counties in the state of Wisconsin, the second leading industry in the whole state. Really? So it's very important to the state of Wisconsin, locally and nationally. We employ a heck of a lot of people throughout Wisconsin and the nation.
All right, time to get a first-hand look to see how this is done. Once the professional foresters have determined which trees need to be harvested, the logging professional goes about his business in the actual harvesting of the trees. So how exactly is this working? How many different ways can you handle a tree with this thing? This is crazy.
Well, you start by grabbing the tree and cutting it off at the bottom, at the trunk. And then what I do is I just feed it out, and it's all automated, and
So this is heavily computerized.
It's very computerized. Everything's mainly ran by computer.
That's technology, man. Now, just because we're being assisted by computers, don't let that fool you. This is some hard work by both the professional foresters and loggers.
If you ask most of the logging community why they do it, because of the long hours, because of the high expense, I think they do it because they know they're making a difference. They're being good stewards to the land. They're managing the forest. A managed forest is a healthy forest.
And the hard work absolutely pays off in the end.
On a statewide scale, the wood product industry or the timber industry contributes over $20 billion annually to the state's economy. It's the second largest manufacturing industry in the whole state. The employment sector-wise, approximately 70,000 jobs are created in the wood product industry in Wisconsin. There's about 1,300 wood product users in the state, or companies that manufacture wood products. And those 70,000 jobs is a payroll of about $3 billion annually.
John says that the best thing about timber management is that they're dealing with a renewable resource. If I come back here in about 20 years, the harvest will be greater because forestry professionals left the land better than how they got it.
One way forests regenerate is through a spring tree planting program.
The big reason the spring tree planting takes place is we're trying to regenerate areas we're cutting over, especially jack pine. It's an important species, especially in this area where we're starting to see Kirtland's Warbler come in. So that's the big reason why we're hoping to keep a lot of these sites to jack pine, to encourage them to keep coming here, nesting here. Other species of wildlife as well. And we don't have overall a whole lot of jack pine on the Marinette County Forest. We're 231,000 acres and 100,000 of that is aspen. So when we can hold on to species like jack pine, it keeps some diversity for us too. The majority of trees that are planted on county forests are coming through the state nurseries. And they work real closely with us. They send us surveys on a yearly basis to plan 5 years ahead as to what we're gonna plant. They can make sure that the nurseries have the stock we're gonna need each spring.
A key ingredient to a healthy forest is a clean, well-maintained water supply, and vice versa.
Our county forests are a big contributor to the state's high quality of waters, our surface waters and our wetlands. They go hand in hand. Good healthy forests result in good healthy water quality, and they're both part of the water cycle. As part of that, within our county forests, we have what's known as best management practices for water quality.
The best management practices provide guidelines on harvesting trees in certain protected zones. There's definitely a lot of moving parts to county forests. I'm starting to get a sense of how important this all really is.
Locally, it's extremely important to the counties. It helps counties offset their local tax levies, and it also funds all the different offerings that our programs offer, all the recreational aspects, the wildlife habitat improvement, all the water quality. And most folks don't understand that overall economic impact of how big the industry is to the whole state.
Want to learn more about the county forest near you? Begin exploring at discoverwisconsin.com and choose Wisconsin County Forests as your destination. After this short break, I'm off to tackle the county forest summer and fall recreational offerings. We're wrapping up our Wisconsin County Forest journey on Discover Wisconsin. It's a brand new season. Summer's here. It's a beautiful day, and nothing's better than biking the trails through county forests, like the Omaha Trail here just outside of Elroy. The Juneau County Omaha Trail is a classic Rails to Trails biking trail. At just about 13 miles, the trail offers a scenic look of Wisconsin's countryside and features a 300-foot tunnel. The tunnel is definitely one of the highlights of the ride. If you're looking for a change of speed during the summertime, or just need some good old family fun, the campgrounds in the county forest are the perfect getaway.
Well, here at Castle Rock Park, we have over 280 campsites. We have volleyball courts, we have horseshoes, we have shelters for picnicking, you name it. We have a wonderful layout where you can come even bike in our park.
And one of the draws of Castle Rock Park has got to be the lake. Castle Rock Lake gives families an opportunity to cool off on a hot summer day. There's absolutely no shortage of fun to be had here.
If you look at the whole county forest system statewide, the county forest programs manage various parks, over 65 of them, with over 3,200 campsites of various development.
So you can rough it or bring all the comforts of home, basically.
You definitely can.
Many of Wisconsin's county forests are located near water, so it makes sense that the county forests offer and manage boat launches as well.
Statewide, the county forests manage over 100 different sized boat launches, from this size of a boat launch here on Castle Rock Lake to primitive rustic canoe launches. We have a lot of variety to offer Wisconsin.
All of this talk about rustic canoe launches has given me a hankering to do some canoeing. As we head into the fall season, I plan to do just that.
It's a perfect season for canoeing too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my favorite time of year.
Jake, looks like you took me to the greatest possible place for canoeing. This is beautiful. So Jake, what are there for camping opportunities along the river here?
Well, on the scenic riverway, there's a lot of camping that can be done on the Park Service campsites that are along the river, both on the St. Croix and the Namakagon. Everything up here is non-motorized. There's miles of scenic rivers that go through the county forests, and Namakagon and St. Croix are an example.
So what makes a river a wild and scenic river?
Well, the Wild and Scenic Riverway is actually a federal designation. So it's actually maintained, all the campgrounds are maintained by the Park Service, as well as the landing.
The National Park Service?
Yes, the National Park Service. It just so happens that most of it's on county forest lands, where it runs through many of the counties around the area.
Leaving the water for a bit, you may find yourself on one of the many horseback riding and ATV trails.
You know, you can come and ride, and the trails are going to be set for horses. You're not going to have conflicting uses. We do share trails here with some of the motorized recreation, ATVs, which is great. Anytime we've run into ATVs on the trail, they've been super courteous. People stop, take off their helmets, lots of them turn off their machines, and I think people just love seeing horses.
As we've developed ATV trails in Wisconsin on the county forests, one of our main goals is to get traffic off of the public roads, get them onto designated trail systems that are a lot safer for the rider. In Wisconsin, we have roughly 2,000 miles of funded designated ATV trail. A vast majority of those are on county forest lands. If you're riding in northern Wisconsin on your ATV on a trail system, the odds are pretty good that you're on one of our county forests.
Though always seeming to be one of the shortest seasons in Wisconsin, fall never seems to disappoint. The evidence is in the beautiful fall colors on display throughout the entire county forest system.
You know, it sure is remarkable to see the economic boost that the county forests give to the state of Wisconsin. And through the management of the county forests, we get great recreational opportunities too. Plan your trip now at discoverwisconsin.com. I'm Eric Paulson. We'll see you next time. Let's go, Jake. It's like Marquette and Joliet, right?
I'm sorry, there's like 20 right there. I just am waiting.
Hold on.
This is God's country.